Okay, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to have you here for the Washington Council for High School College Relations Virtual College Planning Day. Again, just so excited to have you joining us. We have three wonderful institutions that you're going to hear from here in just a moment, but a few housekeeping items before we get started. You are able to use the Q&A function, so please use that to ask questions of any of our representatives joining us this morning. Your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see or hear you, so that Q&A function is going to be the best way for you to communicate with us. This is actually the last slate of sessions happening at this time for this event. However, all of the recordings for this event are going to be made available at strivescan.com/washcouncil. And so just for context, we are in session C5 at this point. And so to get us started, you are now going to hear from South Puget Sound Community College. So I'm going to turn it over to them.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Let me get my screen shared here. All right. I'm Erin Rust. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm from South Puget Sound Community College. We're going to learn about this college today. So we're going to talk about areas of study, transfer degrees, and workforce degrees, paying for college, facts and figures. We're going to talk a little bit about our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Center, campus life, Clipper athletics, and steps to enroll. All right, so our areas of study, we have several that have been grouped into academic pathways to help you decide which would be best for you and get you efficiently and effectively through your degree and into graduation. And within each of those academic pathways, we have different degree and certificate options. So the green dots that you see there are transfer degrees, Associate of Arts or Associate of Science, direct transfer. They're designed to get you into a bachelor's program and then to move on from there. The orange dots you'll see are applied science degrees. Some of our applied science degrees do have direct transfers into bachelor's programs, but most of them are designed to get you directly into the workforce. And then the red dots you see are certificate programs, and they're designed to get you skills and experience for a particular work field, but they pair really well with applied science degrees. The transfer degrees and applied science degrees take 2 years to earn, and the certificates can take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years to earn. There we go. And for transfer degrees, starting at a 2-year college and transferring to a 4-year is a really valuable way to achieve a 4-year degree. Almost half of our students do that intentionally, and over a third of students from public universities in Washington started at a 2-year college or a technical college. So you're in really good company. And if you complete your degree and transfer to a state college, you can get all of those 90 credits transferred in a block. You can also, of course, transfer to out-of-state colleges or private colleges, but they get to be a little more picky about how those credits transfer. So really, to get the most out of your degree and to get the most valuable pathway would be to transfer to a 4-year state college. But as you can see on our infographic here, we have students transferring all across the state and many going to out-of-state and private colleges as well. All right, and then workforce degrees and certificates. We have many available. If you're interested in joining the workforce directly, not so much interested in getting a bachelor's, that's totally cool. And we have lots of ways for you to be able to do that. Almost every single one of our academic pathways also includes an applied science degree and a certificate option. And then more than 71% of our professional technical grads are getting employed within a year of graduating, which is really important and shows that those degrees are preparing folks for the area of employment that they're interested in. And we have a really awesome resource for you called Career Coach that can help you find the right academic pathway or career pathway that fits you and your goals and interests. And then we also have professionals in our advising, career, and transfer center who can help you to research career options, prepare, hone your skills, and transfer to other colleges or into the workforce. We also have a professional and technical programs open house coming up in June. So keep an eye on your inbox. They'll have faculty and staff there to help you learn about each of the options as far as professional and technical programs go. And it's really nice to be able to talk to the experts specifically about how they teach and how they help students transition into their field. All right, so next we'll talk about paying for college and financial aid. Like I was talking about earlier, starting at a 2-year and then transferring to a 4-year is a really valuable way to earn your bachelor's degree. Our tuition at SPSCC is going to be less than $5,000 a year, which is about half the cost of a 4-year college, a public 4-year, and a fraction of the cost of a private 4-year. We tend to give away around $15 million in financial aid every year, with the average award being around $6,000. And over 60% of our students receive some form of financial aid. So if financial aid is important for you, you'll probably be eligible for some form of it as a student here at SPSCC. And our foundation scholarships are open right now. So if you're a senior who's planning to start with us in the fall, now's a great time to apply. You only need to submit one application packet and you're considered for all of our scholarships, which is almost 300 scholarships, which is super nice. And then just a little bit about our student body. We have around 6,000 students. Like I said earlier, about half of them are planning to transfer to a 4-year degree. About a third of them are entering the workforce directly, and 1/10 are there to earn basic skills or gain basic skills rather, like working on their language, arts, their reading, writing, math. 28 is the average age of our students. 64% of them are younger and 36% of them are older. 54% of our students identify as female and 36% as male. And then we have around 100 international students and well over 1,200 Running Start students. And then we have a lot of resources to support you as a student. These are just a few of them, and I'll highlight a couple right now. Outreach and Admissions is the department that I work in, and we're here to help you through the enrollment process. So anything from applying all the way to registering for classes. Our financial aid counselors are there to help you figure out how you're going to pay for college, help you with FAFSA or WASFA and scholarships. Access Services are the folks who are going to help you with your ADA. Well, they are the ADA compliance folks on our campus, and they're here to help you with your support in the classroom. And then we also have free tutoring, free parking, counseling for students, a food pantry for anybody who needs support that way, and much more. And then diversity, equity, and inclusion on our campus is widespread. It's one of our core philosophies. And we have the A. Barbara Clarkson Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Center to help support students from marginalized backgrounds to have really important and sometimes difficult conversations. And we have two really awesome programs through this center. One is Ignite, and it's for first generation or low income or students of color or students who have disabilities. If one or more of those categories is something that you fall into, you can be an Ignite student, and they're going to provide you with support pre-orientation week. They're going to have early registration, book and computer loan programs, and peer and professional mentor support. And we also have the Black Scholars Program, which is really similar to Ignite, but specifically for students who identify as Black or African American. So all of those same supports offerings, as well as professional career counseling, there we go, and a $500 scholarship once you reach 45 credits. And then as far as campus life goes, we have really vibrant campus life. Being mostly online hasn't hindered that in any way. We still have student clubs who are meeting virtually and having lots of fun. We have free virtual performances and speakers. We still have paid government positions and undergraduate research opportunities. And as a student, you'll have a lot of awesome discounts to take advantage of. And then we have lots of athletics teams if you're interested in playing sports, men's and women's basketball, women's volleyball, men's soccer, and soon to be women's soccer as well. So if you're interested in any of those teams, you can reach out to the coaches, ask them questions, see about coming for an information session and meeting with the team. And finally, we'll talk about the steps to enroll. So as a 2-year college, we have free application and open enrollment. So everybody who applies gets accepted. We're not going to look at your transcripts or your test scores. We're just going to make sure that you filled out the application. And then after you've done that, you can set up your student portal and email. The portal is really important because that's how you'll learn about your financial aid award. You can reach out to your education planners and financial aid counselors and how you can apply for scholarships. Step number 3 is planning on how you're going to pay for college. So filling out the FAFSA or WASFA, learning about scholarship applications and other ways that you might be able to fund your college experience. Number 4 is getting placed. So because we're going to admit everybody, we want to make sure that they're getting into the right level of classes based on their skill level. So we don't want to put you in something that's too easy or too hard. And there are several ways that you can do that. We're here to help you decide which way is best for you. Once you've got your placement, you can register. Thanks. Have a great rest of your day. Give me a call or email if you have any questions.
All right, thank you so much to South Puget Sound Community College. And again, just as a reminder, please utilize that Q&A function if we can help you answer any questions in any way. And we are now going to hear from the University of Washington, Tacoma.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to get my screen up. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Janet De La Cruz, and I'm a freshman admissions advisor at the University of Washington, Tacoma. UW is part of the University of Washington tri-campus system. This means that we're a sister campus to UW Seattle and UW Bothell. At UW, you are earning a UW degree in education. The only difference is where the school is located, the size, and the number of degrees and programs that we offer. At the end of the day, you're a Husky and your degree will say the University of Washington on it. It really just comes down to the experience you're looking to have. On the screen, you'll see some quick facts about our campus. We are the smallest of the 3 UW campuses with just over 5,000 students. This is great if you're someone who thrives in small learning environments or is looking to build meaningful relationships with your peers, professors, and then other staff on campus. One thing that is great about our campus is that we are a campus that really serves first-gen students. 56% of our population does identify as first-gen. So this means that they are the first in their family to attend a 4-year college and university. With such a large student population identifying as first-gen, we definitely do have resources in place to support them as they transition academically and socially. And then one thing that we're really proud of is the fact that our campus reflects the diversity of the community that we're a part of. UW is considered one of the 50 most diverse campuses in the United States. This is a fun map of our area. We are located in the heart of downtown, right across the street from 3 of the major museums, the Tacoma Art Museum, Glass Museum, and History Museum. You'll actually will have the opportunity to take some classes here if you like. It's really just a matter of making sure you meet with your advisor and registering on time because those classes usually go fill up really quickly. I'm really biased. I grew up in the area, so I think Tacoma in general has a lot to offer. And we do think of it as an extension of our campus. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to step off the Tacoma campus and engage with the local community. So whether it's through an internship, a volunteer opportunity, or an assignment, you will be getting to know the community, the people who live here, and what UW-Tacoma's place is in the city. Beyond your time at UWT, there are going to be plenty of opportunities for employment in the area upon graduation. You'll see a list of some of the potential employers on the screen. They range from private companies to the public sector, so state agencies, local government, and really one of the best things about where we're located and our connection to the community is that we're building these relationships so that when you are ready to graduate and ready to enter the workforce, we do have these connections in place to facilitate that process for you. One of the most important things about going to college is engaging in student life. You're not going to be in classes 100% of the time. You're going to have a lot of free time. And yes, that free time is going to be used for studying, connecting with your classmates, connecting with your professors, but it's also meant for you to engage with the campus community through clubs, through intramural sports, student government. There's going to be lots of ways for you to get involved on campus, but it's really just a matter of you stepping out of your comfort zone and deciding to engage and build meaningful relationships with others on campus. We have a variety of resources available on our campus to students. The three that we like to highlight are the pantry, the TLC, and the First Gen program. So the pantry is a resource that we have for campus-facing food insecurity. Students can come to the pantry and they have access to food items, but also basic hygiene items. And this is something that we're really proud of on our campus because it was initiated by students for students. So it's really our community taking care of our own community. And then the TLC is the Teaching and Learning Center. This is essentially the tutoring center for students on campus. You can get help with math, science, writing. Really encourage you to use the space. It's going to be one of the best ways that you ensure that you're successful academically on our campus. And we have definitely found ways to still utilize the space virtually as we've been navigating COVID-19 throughout this year. And then the First Gen program is a program initiated by first generation college students on our campus just to provide students with a space where they can come together and talk about shared experiences and navigate the college experience together in a safe place. One of the best things about our campus is that given our size, 100% of the classes are taught by faculty. They're never going to be in the class taught by graduate student or TA. So this means that you can build meaningful relationships with your professors. And I do think that your professors and faculty can be one of the best resources you have on campus because they can be people who you go to when things are challenging, not just in the classroom, but as you're navigating the college experience. And there's someone that you're going to want to build these meaningful relationships with because as you're getting ready to graduate, they can write you letters of recommendation or serve as references because they can talk to your character and your work ethic. So definitely take advantage of this opportunity. On the screen, you're going to see a list of the majors that we offer. So they're split into different schools: the School of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences, the School of Engineering and Technology, the Millbright School of Business, the School of Social Work and Criminal Justice, and the School of Urban Studies. Some of the most popular programs include biomedical sciences, psychology. All the programs in the School of Engineering and Technology are very competitive and very popular, as well as the Millbright School of Business, and then criminal justice. One program that's unique to our campus is urban design. So if you're interested in architecture and sociology and how we can make community shared spaces better, this is definitely a great major for you. And then one major that I want to point out, it's not listed on the screen, is nursing. And this is because nursing is the nursing program that we offer on our campus is an RN to BSN. So you need to start at a community college and complete your RN and then transfer to UT for the BSN. So one of the most important things to consider as you're thinking about college is what it's going to cost you and your family. Total cost of attendance at UWT ranges between $20,000 to $27,000, and this consists of tuition, room and board, books, transportation, and personal expenses. The tuition is going to be the same for every single student, but the other costs listed on the screen will vary depending on each student's situation. I think $20,000 to $27,000 is a lot of money. I know this was a lot of money when I was thinking about college. It was a lot of money from the family. So financial aid and scholarships were a really big part of how I was able to afford going to school. At UW-Tacoma, you're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships when you apply, and then you are able to apply to other scholarships once admitted. But one of our biggest sources of funding for students is the Husky Promise, which is available at all 3 UW campuses. And all you have to do to be eligible for the Husky Promise is be a Washington State resident and complete your application for admission and financial aid to the FAFSA or WASFA by January 15th, which is our priority date. On the screen, you're going to see our general admission requirements. The middle 50% GPA for admitted students is between a 3.1 and a 3.7. But as long as you have a 2.0 or higher, you're able to apply and be considered for admission. Also, you'll need to have the classes you see listed on the screen completed or in progress to be completed. So that includes 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 3 years of social science, 2 years of lab science, 2 years of world language, 1 year of a senior year math-based quantitative course, half a year of fine visual or performing arts, and half a year of an academic elective. And our application also includes a personal statement and activity log. I do find that these 2 last items can be most important just because we are able to get to know you beyond your academic profile. We get to see what you're passionate about, what you value, and just your commitment to your education. So definitely spend some time on this personal statement, get feedback before you turn it in and submit it with your application. There's going to be a variety of ways for you to connect with us as things are getting better out in the community. We are opening up our campus. For now, the best way to reach us and connect with us is going to be online, but we are starting to offer in-person tours. They are limited to 1 family per tour, but we are offering those 4 times a week. So definitely feel free to reach out to our office so you can connect with us with an advisor or to schedule a visit in person. But there's tons of ways for you to connect with us. And then on the screen, you're going to see our general contact information. So if you want to send us an email, you can send one to our general line, which is uwtinfo@uw.edu. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to the University of Washington, Tacoma. And again, just as a reminder, please send in those questions. We have 1 more presentation to go, so we want to make sure that you have plenty of time to get those questions in and that our representatives have plenty of time to get those questions answered for you. So we are now going to wrap it up with a presentation from Northwest University.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. I'm super excited that you have the opportunity to kind of hear from some amazing schools today. My name is Olivia from Northwest University. I am an admissions counselor here and also an NU alum. So I'm super passionate about Northwest. One of my favorite things about Northwest is that we say that we are the University of Possibility. We believe that God is calling you to do great things, and we really want to partner with you in that. We want to help you be able to achieve those dreams that you have. And so some of the ways that we do that are through spiritual vitality, academic excellence, and empowered engagement with human need. And you can see those all in our mission statement right there on the screen. But let's dive into learning a little bit more about NU. So spiritual vitality, what does that mean? It means that we are a distinctly Christian university. We focus on faith in everything that we do. So whether you're in a class or in chapel or taking specific Bible classes, or even in our coffee shop, you're going to have faith integrated into everything that you do. So it's pretty cool. We've got chapel services happening multiple times a week. We also have worship nights, which are really fun. And we have specific Bible classes that all students take, which I think are phenomenal. The other thing that's really cool is that your professors are all Christians. So they help you dive deeper into your faith and understand who is God calling you to be and what is God calling you to do. And that brings us to the next thing that we like to talk about is academic excellence, right? Obviously, we're a learning institution, we're a college, you're coming here to get a degree, not just to have fun or to dive deeper into your faith. And so we want you to be able to understand that we value academic excellence. Some of the things that I think are really cool about Northwest is that our student to faculty ratio is 12-1, and we've got an average class size of about 17. Those might sound like random statistics that you don't necessarily need to know, but let me tell you how to personalize it. What that means for you is that your professors are going to have more of a mentorship relationship with you. They're going to be reaching out to you, helping you dive deeper into the content in ways that you maybe never imagined that you could. The other thing is that since we have smaller classes, you really get to ask those questions that maybe you're more nervous about, as well as building those relationships with your fellow students in your classes. The other thing that's really cool is we've got about 70 different academic programs. So if there's something you're really excited about studying, we might have it here. Most likely we have it here. And if not, we'll find some way that you can be able to kind of focus on what you're passionate about. Some of our top majors are nursing, business, psychology, communications. We also have ministry and music programs. And I'll tell you a little bit more about our tech programs in a little bit, but those are phenomenal. The next thing that we're kind of going to dive into is our empowerment engagement with human need, or just empowering engagement. And what does that mean? It means that most of our majors have a global learning experience. So most of our majors have a trip that you get to go on. If you're a nursing student, you get to take the entire month of February in your senior year and go somewhere else in the world and really practice the skills that you've been learning in the classroom and in your clinicals and dive deep into that. For our business majors, they tend to go to Japan or Germany, into some business capitals, and learn a little bit more about what does business look like in other countries, and dive deeper into that cultural engagement. And then some of our other majors have different trips as well, like our English and communications majors. They've been kind of formulating a really cool opportunity for students to go to England and dive deeper into where some of these communications ideas have come from, and also, you know, the history of English, and diving into like William Shakespeare and all these really amazing authors. And so that's a really cool opportunity that most of our students have to go on, is a global learning experience. The other thing that's really cool is about 10% of our population at Northwest University are international students. So we want to try and be a reflection of who God has called us to be. And one of the ways that we do that is by engaging in different cultures and understanding more about who God has created each individual to be, and learning about their historical background and their background and their culture, and what did they grow up with. Just all sorts of different things to really engage with who has God created them to be. And so I think that's something that's really unique about Northwest and really amazing about us. Something else that I think is really amazing is that most of our majors have an internship included in them. And so we'll take a look at this map right here. These are some amazing places that you can be able to do your internships at, as well as get jobs at after you graduate. We have an excellent career services department here at Northwest that really helps you dive deeper into what are some internship opportunities, whether that be large businesses or nonprofits. There aren't very many nonprofits listed on here, but we definitely partner with a lot of those as well. You can see that we're kind of located in a really cool location. We're right next to Microsoft, like it's just down the street from us, as well as Google. And so it's really amazing because these big companies that are amazing opportunities for you to get connected with, no matter what industry you're interested in, we have connections with them, and we want to be able to share those connections with you and help you be able to do the things that you're excited about. We also partner with the Seahawks, so that's really cool. I'm actually in the building in which the Seahawks used to own, and so I think that's really cool. You'll see some Seahawks memorabilia if you come on campus for a visit, and we'll talk about visits in a little bit. But what's new at Northwest? We have some brand new tech programs coming up. We have user experience design, video production, audio production, computer science, and data science or data analytics. And so what we really want to do is focus on the fact that this is a booming industry, right? Tech is so important in our world today, and we're located in a phenomenal place if you're interested in getting into tech. So we've started rolling out some of those amazing programs. In fact, the other day I was on a virtual event with some of the professors who are going to be teaching those classes, and some of the technological advancements that they've created have blown me away. So if you want to learn more about that, you can feel free to reach out to us, and I'll tell you how to do that in a little bit. But the other thing that's really cool and pretty new at Northwest is that about 50% of your tuition will be taken off if you are a ministry student. So if you're studying worship ministry, pastoral ministry, youth and family ministries, whatever it is, you're going to get half of your tuition taken off. So we really want you to be able to be successful. And then there are also other scholarships that you can receive at Northwest University. And if you want to learn more about that, you can reach out to us at admissions@northwestu.edu. And so that link should be put in the chat here in a second. But some important dates coming up. Our fall application for 2021 is open right now. Our application for 2022 will open up in August. And then a National College Decision Day is May 1st. So that's something really exciting coming up. And if you're interested in applying for the fall, we recommend that you get your application in before then. we will work with you to kind of go through those steps and what does that look like personally for you. The other thing that's really amazing is we have been on campus all year in person. And so we've been having some amazing in-person visits. So if you're interested in coming and scheduling a visit with us, you can meet with professors as well as the admissions counselors like myself and financial aid and get a little bit more information about what Northwest University will look like specifically for you. We also have info sessions, transfer talks, and virtual events happening all the time because we want to get you the information that we think is really important for you to know, and that we want to be able to be a resource for you as you're in your college search. The other thing that we have is some application pieces to be looking forward to. What does our application look like? Basically, it's an online application with the stereotypical like regular information, your birthday, your previous school experiences, all those things. And then we also have a biographical essay. So this is just your essay that you have to fill out. And basically, it's all about what do you believe that God is calling you to do? And how can we kind of help you in that process, both spiritually and academically? How can Northwest University support you? The other thing that we're doing this year is we're waiving the SAT and ACT scores just because a lot of people haven't had the opportunity to take those. And we want to support you and help you to be able to do the things that you're excited about. And then we also require high school transcripts as well as any college transcripts if that applies to you. So if you're a transfer student or you have AP credits or other classes that you're wanting to bring in from community colleges, things like that, we really want to work with you. We are a transfer-friendly school. I myself transferred to Northwest when I came, and I think that we do a really great job at helping you transfer. The other thing that I want to point out is who our admissions counselors are. So we have 3 of us here that work with our Washington students. We have Aaliyah, Tyler, and myself, and we all work with students from different areas, but we really want to partner with you and work hard to help you kind of find out more about Northwest and what it will look like for you to be here. So we are super excited for you to learn more about Northwest University and to dive deeper into who we are. So if you want to reach out to us, go ahead and check out that email, or you can check out our website at northwestu.edu. Super easy to find. And then another great opportunity that I think students can engage in is checking out our social medias. If you check out these, I think you really get a good perspective as what it's like to be a student on campus with pictures of student activities, videos of recaps of events that have happened, and some student testimonials that are shared on those as well. So if you want to connect with us, please do that. You can either check out our social medias or go to northwestu.edu. Thank you so much for listening to us today, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
All right, thank you so much to Northwest University and for all of our institutions for joining us. And so we've got just a couple minutes, so I would invite our presenters to go ahead and come back on with your cameras, and we're just going to kind of open up a question. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And feel free to answer that in the order that you gave your presentation previously.
Well, I think one really big thing is to find a college that fits your academic goals so that they have the programs you're interested in. And another big thing is to make sure that that college feels good to you. So that might be a little bit difficult to accomplish right now because not a lot of colleges are available to bring you onto campus. But if they do have that as an option, make sure you take advantage of it, because what it looks like online or on paper or what it reads like might be totally different to what it feels like when you get there in person. For example, I went to a college that was a really urban college and the whole thing was like cement and everybody was super busy, and that didn't feel super awesome to me. But then I also visited a college that was in the middle of the forest and I could see green things everywhere and people were really chill, and that was a great fit. And if I would have just gone by what the college offered and not actually visited their campuses, that would have been not a great thing for me. So that's my advice.
Hey there. I think my piece of advice would be to definitely maximize the time you're spending researching college and applying to colleges. As you're preparing to apply to college in the fall or even middle or late summer, make sure that you're paying close attention to deadlines and requirements, just because you don't want to miss out on opportunities because of missing a deadline. So just keep that in mind as you're navigating the college experience.
Yeah, those are both great pieces of advice. I think one thing that I would give advice to is feel free to look for so many different things. Keep your options wide open. Look for things that maybe you haven't tried before or things that you're really passionate about for college. Maybe it's a specific program that you're really interested in or like specific clubs or activities that they have on campus. Look for all of those things, make a list, and then kind of find out what works best with you. I like what Erin said, especially about going and checking out the campuses and getting a feel for it. That's something that I tell people when they go on tours. So go and check out those places, get a feel for it, and maybe even talk to professors or current students and get an idea as to what those look like.
Fantastic. Great advice, great feedback, and great information on your presentations. And so students, this wraps up this webinar this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. As you exit the webinar, there's going to be just a really quick survey. If you wouldn't mind filling that out, should take just a few seconds just to kind of let us know how we can try to improve these virtual offerings moving forward. This is the last slate of sessions, so there aren't any additional things to sign up for. However, you can access the recordings of this session as well as any of the other ones that have happened during this event. You'll be able to access those within about a week or so at strivescan.com/WashCouncil. So again, thank you so much for joining us. College representatives, thank you so much for your time and the information that you've provided. We've really enjoyed it, and I hope that everybody has a safe and wonderful day. Thank you.